Hey YouTube yogis, Sadie here. Today I'm going to offer you a few moves to help you release low back pain. If you have disc situations like herniation or rupture, forget about it. You need to see a doctor. But if you're all clear and you've just got muscular pain, then this is the practice for you. Alright, so before anything else, come to stand, make two fists, and put your fists in opposite elbow creases. You want to squeeze your fists pretty strongly. Bend your knees, and with fists in the elbows, just slowly fold over. This is a great pose to help the central nervous system trigger your lower back muscles and big back muscles to release. It's great to do first thing in the morning, right when you get out of bed too. So just breathe here and let your head hang. Let the weight of your head and your torso kind of traction your low back spine to move longer, helping to release out some of those muscles. And then after that, slowly roll up with bent knees curling into the tailbone. Part of the reason that we kind of freak out and tweak the lower back in our yoga practice is because we rely on it by arching the spine too much in some of our poses, like Warrior 3, instead of drawing up into that abdominal strength, the core strength as well. So here, perfect case in point. Keep the knees bent, but instead of arching through the back and holding all your tension here, draw in through the navel as well, and then lengthen. So always in every yoga pose, tailbone down, lower back in, navel in, pelvic floor squeezes up. All right, so with the tailbone long, nice natural low back curve, lower belly in, pelvic floor lifting, we're going to place the palms way high on the upper thighs. So they're here, right underneath the hip creases, not low down the thigh. So drawing all the way up, the heels of your hands and wrists will bump up into your pelvic bones. And then I want you to curl the tailbone down and press pretty strongly with the hands as you relax the lower back spine more. So you want to get a little traction here. Just take a few breaths like this, allowing the pressure of the hands on the thigh bones to really activate some length there for you. And then freeze and seal that length in with your muscles by hugging the belly in again, the side waist, the low back, and the pelvic floor, and then gently let go. Take a deep breath in and reach up. Exhale, bring your hands into Namaste, left elbow to the right knee, so I'll turn forward. All right, so now we're in a little twist. At any time, you can return to that forward bend with bent knees if it's a lot for you to do this all at once. So break it up if you want, but we're gonna take this fierce pose twist. Instead of yanking your lower back, keep your hips centered and just spin a little bit through the heart and through the head, helping to open up the lower back muscles on the left side. Take a deep breath in, reach up, come to stand. Make fists, place them in the opposite elbows, bend the knees, and fold. Find your breath, relax your head, and let that lower back release. Good, and then slowly the bent knees roll up. Plant your palms to the upper thighs and press down. Breathe here a little bit. Keep those shoulders on the back, although they'll rise up a little bit with the pose. And just allow some spaciousness to create there, and then seal it in. Squeeze around this whole core and torso area. And then take a breath in, reach up. Hands to Namaste, right elbow to left knee. Fierce twist to the other side. Keep the hips centered forward so you're not pressing with the hands and yanking into the lower back here. You want to work mostly with the abdominals and the low back, allowing it to release along the right side as you breathe. Good, take one more deep inhale here. Exhale, look straight down at the floor, straighten the legs and stand. Make fists, take them to the opposite elbows, bend the knees, and fold. A few breaths here. And maybe sway from side to side. Good. And now your lower back should be a little bit more released here. Nice to come into something like a little Malasana with feet together variation, or Malasana with the feet a little bit wider. See if you can lean forward and allow that lower back to relax and release a bit more here. So we're going to do a little bit of resistance and release here. We're going to inhale and just take the elbows onto the knees and arch the back just a little bit. So really use your back muscles. And on the exhale, exhale, fold back in and relax. Inhale, plant the elbows on the knees, squeeze through the lower back. So we're using these muscles, and they're going to release a lot faster into the stretch right off the bat. Inhale one more time, press the elbows, arch, arch, arch. And exhale, release completely. Good. Now you can continue with a more vigorous practice now, like the core sun salutations. Make sure that you're nice and warm. And next time you're ready for a stretch, I want you to come into your dog pose after your muscles are warmer so you can stretch better. Take your right knee to the right wrist for pigeon. If you don't know how to do pigeon, you can check out my magic pose video. Pigeon, I love it. So here in pigeon, again, we're going to resist and release a little bit. Planting your hands down on the floor, leaning forward a little bit so it's not so cranked at the back. We're going to press the front knee down to lift the hips a little bit, just for maybe 2 or 3 breaths. And then exhale and release a little bit deeper into that stretch on the right side. Good. We'll do it 3 times. Press into that right knee, firing the muscles along the outer right leg and hip. And then exhale, release a little bit more. And one final time. Inhale, press. And that's squeezing the pelvic floor, activating the navel, and release. And then we'll take those fists into the elbows again, either up on a block or down on the floor if you're that stretchy. And we'll breathe in here and exhale, drop the head. Keep those fists squeezing pretty decently here. Good. So you can press pause and stay in that pose as long as you wish, or any of these, but we'll move on. So downward facing dog.